If you're lazy, I mean, there's nothing that can help you. Andrew Carnegie said it best. Tom Watson Sr., the founder of IBM, said it best again. Henry Ford, said it again, and I've said it. If you have to motivate employees, they're not worth having. Nobody ever had to motivate me in my life. Our kids don't like hearing that story, but it happens to be true. When your dad was 26, 27, 28, we would have to have security dragging out of the office. I'm always the most prepared in the room. Man's greatest burden is unfulfilled potential. Man's greatest burden is unfulfilled potential. When I look at the audiences, and I know that maybe only 1% are going to achieve their potential. Not fully, I still haven't fulfilled my potential, but unfulfilled potential is man's greatest burden. And it breaks my heart, because I know what you kids are capable of.
What advice can you give someone who is starting a company and wants to be a self-made millionaire like you? Okay,
easy. Number one, you want to be in a business where there's big margins, big gross margins. Not, for example, retail, forget about it. Restaurants, forget about it. Things that you want big margins. Unfortunately, in my opinion, most internet businesses have big margins. That's why you flock to it, the net. You see guys like Zuckerberg, multi-billionaire. First of all, you want between 20 and 40% gross margins. So even if you mismanage it, you'll come out with a decent net margin. Number two, if you're not first, you have to be different. What I see kids doing is just replicating the same business idea over and over again. So if you're not first, you've got to be different. How are you different? Well, who's your market? Do you really understand who your market is? The best and easiest way to become wealthy, not overnight, but in a short period of time, is to come up with an idea that nobody's come up with. And unfortunately, most ideas have already been explored. You're not going to invent steel. You're not going to invent rubber. You're not going to invent the wheel. You're not going to, none of these things. Right now, there's more money than you think being made in green, but there's little niches. I would look at government contracts, because unfortunately, the Canadian government, the US government, the British government doesn't have a level of expertise that you have to bid on government contracts. There are 3 million contracts daily being let in the Canadian government. There's 10 million contracts daily in the US government. So how can I bid, you're asking yourself, when I don't know anything? You go find a joint venture partner. A joint venture partner has no downside taking you on as a joint venture partner, minority partner, if you do all the work and they get the business. And that's how you get your foot in the door. See, I know in 5 minutes whether I should fire you. Sometimes we have 2 times to make a first impression, kids. Once, when I look at you. 2, when you open your mouth. And if both of those impressions are bad, I know the chances of it getting better are next to 0. So, we made a mistake. I know I hired you. I'll give you 6 months severance pay. It's my first day at work, Mr. Pena. It's all right. Okay, I'll give you 6 weeks severance pay. Does that make you feel better? And the best advice I've ever given anybody is just do it. We take too much time procrastinating. Fear is false expectations appearing real. We're worried about what other people think. We're trying to fit in. And I can go through a whole litany of stuff why you are where you are, because you just didn't do it. You didn't want to make a mistake. You got a mortgage. You got 2 ex-wives. You got a 15-year-old daughter who's pregnant. Your dad's got Alzheimer's. Your mother's got emphysema, spitting up blood. I can go on and on and on and on. But the bottom line is, if you had 15 years ago, you had just done it. 10 years ago, you had just done it. 5 years ago, if you had just done it. 6 months ago, if you just done it, you probably wouldn't be in the position you're in now. So I'm saying no matter what your age is, it's still time to just go out and do it.